Kill the dead air there. There we go. Greetings. Should be unmuted.
There it is. How's it going, everybody?
It's going. How you doing?
Pretty good. Right here. About to get some ice cream and get on top.
There you go.
It's me, Mikey. I don't know if you remember me.
Sounds familiar. How's it going, Mikey?
Pretty good. Hey, I did it.
You did what?
I went into court and helped them out.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And it worked.
They just they believe somebody's got a claim, man. It's their job to settle the matter.
I actually seen from what it is now, dude. I was shocked when I walked out. I was really shocked.
Yeah. What? Tell us what you did.
All right. Well, what I first did is I walk into the courtroom. The courthouse, and we're going to the screen. It's just me and my mom. We're going inside the room, wherever the room's at, and there's like a lot of people outside the room, and I guess they have like an attendance sheet of who's here and who's not here.
Roll call.
Yeah, the roll call. There we go. Way better to put it at a roll call. And so I just say I'm here for the matter of Jean Michael Amador, and right away she checked it, right? So I expected it for be one-on-one with the judge. That nobody was going to be inside the courtroom at that time. But I guess they gathered everybody that was outside and they brought them inside the courtroom.
Yeah.
So my heart was beating. There was a little bit of fear kicking in at that time. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of fear kicking in my.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
My heart was beeping, dude. Like I wasn't even touching it, and you could just feel it like almost getting out of my chest. Almost getting out of my chest.
Built character. Been there, done that.
Yeah, and okay, so I guess there's two people before me because I have the name, the last name. The last name starts with the A, so I'm one of the first people to be called up. But I guess
cool. You got a house full there to perform in front of.
I realized that, and so there was two people ahead of me. So I was seeing what the judge was doing at that time, but I kept. The more I kept thinking about it, the more my heart started getting more pumped up. So they call in. The judge says, "Who are you?" And then the guy would say, "The name is this, blah blah blah," and then she would say, "Guilty or not guilty? How do you plead?" And I guess they both said guilty. Okay, so they call in the name I use. I guess they call in the name. I go up in the stand. My mother's right behind me because it's a juvenile court. Right?
Yeah.
It's a juvenile court, so I go. I'm going inside the courtroom. I stand on the defendant, and before we even went inside, they kept telling us outside the courtroom, all you gotta do is just say yes or no, and Your Honor, speak and say Your Honor. Okay, that's what they kept saying. So,
bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I said in my mind. Okay, so I just said there was a big old sheet in the stand where I walked up. There was a big old sheet like a paper saying respond yes no. That's all it said in the paper. And I decided to put my hands over that and look at the judge straight in the eye. And that's all I did. And I told her. She said, "Are you Jean Michael Amador?" I responded saying, "In the matter of Jean Michael Amador, I believe there's been a mistake. Okay?
Yeah.
I come before you as a friend of the court to give first-hand knowledge." At that time, I guess my voice was not so loud because the fear was inside me. Okay.
Don't need to be. All the judge got to do is hear you.
Yeah, that's when I started getting more confident at the thing that at what I was doing. I started getting more confident.
Yeah.
She started saying, "Who are you? Are you Jean Michael Amador?" In the matter of the name, I believe there's been a mistake. And I guess you say, "I can't hear you. Speak up louder." I come before, and I said, I raised my voice a little bit more louder. I said, "I come before this court to give first-hand knowledge." And I didn't say where's the proper notice so I can help settle the matter honorably.
Right.
I choked up right there, dude. I choked
up.
And
it's not necessary. You can or you can't. It depends, what you feel at the time. Anyway.
Yeah, and I guess I believe it was just the fear kicking in, dude, and that's why I couldn't say it. But anyways, she told me, "Is your date of birth 12/12/94?" And I responded saying, that is what I was told. And
There you go.
She responded, that's what you were told. And she like that, and then she realized, I think she realized what I was doing there. And then, is your mom here? And I said, the mom is here. The mom is here. That's all I said. And then, she started reading off the charges, saying one by one. Started saying the section of something as a bicycle. He's not riding behind the street, not wearing a helmet, and not having a light in the darkness or whatever. And then in my mind, I was just thinking, what does that have to do with me, you know? But I didn't want to respond. I didn't want to say anything. I was just letting her finish. I was letting her finish, you know. And hold on, let me see if I could give you guys the link. I posted it up on YouTube, really quick. There it is. All right, and she then says, "Oh, do you own a helmet?" And I responded saying, "I own nothing. I own nothing." I don't know if that was a good way to respond.
Whatever. Who's to argue with you? You own nothing.
Yeah, and then she talked to my mom saying, does he have a helmet? And I guess my mom said that he has a helmet, but he didn't use it at that time. And then I responded, wouldn't that be hearsay? And then she said, for the record, let it be known that something. I forgot what she said at that time. And then whatever. She then, I could see the puzzled look in her face, dude. I could see the puzzled look in her face. And then she I guess she was talking to the secretary, and then the cop that was the sheriff that's right next to me, he pulled me over in front of all those people and said, hey, man, all you got to do is just say yes or no. That's all you got to do. She started saying, do you have an ID? Do you have an ID?
Know what you should have asked them? It'd be nice if it happens again. Are you giving me legal advice?
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe I should have been asking more questions.
Well, if you asked them that, are you giving legal advice? That would have shut them up.
Oh, and I still got to tell you what happened afterwards, but I'm going to keep going with my story, dude.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
So he tells me, what, do you have an ID with you? I said, I don't own an ID. And he's like, what school do you go to? And I said, the school I go to is blah, 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 blah. So what's the name you use there? I mean, the name I use is Mikey Amador, or G. Michael Amador. And then he said, that's your name. Just say yes or no. Go back to the stand. So I guess I go back to the stand, and then the judge asks me, so what's the mistake here? Well, I believe that's the name I use. I don't own it. And then she's all like, oh, okay. And then I believe the only reason she didn't make it hard for me is because there were so many people inside that courtroom.
Well, maybe not. The thing of it is, she needed a claim before the court, and you didn't give her jurisdiction. You said you didn't own it. Nobody rebutted it, so you own nothing. You can make statements. It's just you want to be careful with them, you know.
I kept saying I believe most of the time. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, I believe it's something like that. What evidence do you have I own anything? In fact, what evidence do you have anybody owns anything, Judge? But you know. I don't own it. Who's going to rebut that? Just using it.
Right.
And it's up to you whether you own something or not. Your mother can say he has a helmet all day long, but unless you say, yeah, that's mine, I own it, I mean, there's no claim before her. So she's got to throw it out. Charges go to the prosecutor. That's what should happen. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. So... hold on, let me put this ice cream really quick in the refrigerator. Let me go back to my computer really quick. All right. So she starts reading out the charges. She starts dismissing the case each one by one. It never got to that point where she said guilty or not guilty.
Exactly.
It never got to that point.
Well, the point of it is who's bringing the claim. See? And you didn't have to go there. That's why I try to tell people. They like to come up with all these scenarios, you know. But continue.
Yeah. And so she starts saying on the count of the vehicle code of something about traffic violation, the bicycle and stuff, I'm going to discharge that one just because it's your first time.
They said discharge? She said discharge?
Dismiss. Sorry about that. Yeah. Dismiss. She said, I'm going to dismiss this since this is your first time. And then she just started dismissing all of it. And she's all like, but promise me you will wear a helmet. Oh, no. Actually, she started saying, do you understand that you should not be riding under do you understand that you should be riding a bicycle with a helmet? And I told her, I comprehend that, you know. And then I don't want to say
understand. Right.
Yeah, I just said I comprehend it. And practically, I try to say no, but I know what you speak of. I think that's what I said when I said I comprehend it. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're talking about, but I don't stand under it. You know? So,
yeah.
Yeah, so she's right there. She starts reading the charges. She says, well, I guess, she said, since this is your first time, I'm just going to dismiss it. And she dismissed it, and then she said, just promise me you will wear a helmet when you use a bicycle. And I said, I believe I will. And she said, I'll take that as a yes. And then she just decided to let me go, and I just thanked the judge after I left. And I walked out, and next thing you know, the sheriff comes right behind me and starts telling me, yo, brother, what's your problem? I'm
what
like,
problem?
I was like, I told the guy, what problem? Yeah, he said that. What problem? I don't think there's a problem. And he's like, yeah, man, that wasn't normal. That wasn't normal right there. And then.
Well, fuck, take notes in case you ever gotta go to court. Might work for you.
And then, yeah, dude, that wasn't normal. And then somehow I just said something. I said, well, she started explaining to me, that's your name and stuff. But I mean, who am I to argue what he believes, right? So
yeah.
I just said, he kept saying, that's your name, man. I mean, how are we supposed to identify you when you're lost or something? You know, that's your name, man. And I'm like, and then I said, well, he said, well, what if I asked you for your ID? What would you say of that? I would say, and then I told him, well, I would say, what evidence do you have I own anything? And he's like, nah, man, that's not how it works. And
you know, well, works fine for me, brother.
Yeah, for real. And then and then I said something. I said, I am who I am. That's exactly what I said. I am who I am. And he said, there's something wrong. And then he just walked away. He said, I'll give you your paperwork right now. And he walked away. And then that's all I heard of him. He gave me my paperwork.
He was outgunned, man.
I said, thank you and have a nice day. And just walked away after that.
He was outgunned. You can't beat a peaceful inhabitant, man. You're just beating yourself when you try to.
Yeah, but still, I was in shock. Dude, I just seen everybody the way I walked out. Everybody looked at me like, what the hell just happened here?
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, it was just like, oh my goodness, dude. It was either if I would have claimed the name, I probably would have either gotten community service or had to pay a fine.
Something,
something like that. But I guess I didn't claim.
Like I say, they need a claim before the court, before they have jurisdiction over you. That's all it is. It's so simple. Now, did you have years and years of study to get this far, or what?
Well, I just been, since I learned from that Freeman stuff, you know, I've been learning, and that got me learning about the laws and common law and whatnot. And I guess I kept going, trying to tumble down the rabbit hole, I guess, and kept going, trying to question after question, until I found the Batman, you know?
Cool.
And then there it is.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Even when you get pulled over or whatever, question.
Staying in honor.
I believe your name's such and such. Well, I've been known to answer to those sounds. You know, that sounds. Do I own it?
Yep. I got another court date on this 10th of the month.
Yeah.
I believe I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. Just go in there and love them.
Yeah, that's practically right. That's all you have to do. It was just I believe it was just great, dude. I think I learned from it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, it's all question mark until you get your feet wet and do it, you know.
Right.
You got a taste of it now. And let her do her thing. She wants to do it or whatever. She was talking to you. She wasn't talking to you in a sense. She was just talking. And if you didn't respond to what she said, that's fine. Unless she said what you told her you answered to. Did you ever say, I've been known to answer to, blah, 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 you know, Batman or whatever.
Whatever
you know?
It is, yeah.
And if she didn't say that, she says, if she didn't say you, Batman, you know, specify. It's ambiguous. She could be talking to the magical bunny sitting next to her. You know?
Yeah.
The Invisible Bunny Harvey. It's an old movie. You might get a kick out of it. You get to watch it with Jimmy Stewart.
And then, it was just the way I seen the judge's face and the way she just stopped for some reason. She just decided to stop talking to me, and she decided to start talking to the secretary about something. And the way the cop pulled me over, I could finally see the way, I guess, it works. The way it works, I guess.
Yeah. It's neat. It's making the claims. How can she ask you to plead if there's no controversy before the court? See?
That's what got me more shocked. I was just like, damn.
Well, she needs you to put a claim before her. And then whether you plead guilty or not guilty, it's irrelevant. There's a controversy. You're a claimant. You gave her jurisdiction.
Wouldn't it be best? What would be best to say? Wouldn't it be best to say, I believe there's been a mistake? If anyone here is led to believe that I am that name, may I please be forgiven.
Well, please forgive me. But the point of it is, though, too, you know, who's saying I got a claim here? That's why, you know, I was led to believe somebody believes I made a claim.
Judge, may you please appoint me of who's the one making claims that I claim the name?
Yeah.
There we go.
And the one making the claim now, well, there's the one. Give them the ticket. It's simple. He who makes the claim must bring the remedy.
He who makes the claim must provide.
Maximum law, I believe.
Oh, that's a maximum law?
Yeah.
Nice. And then I've been seeing that
Oh, okay, original man. The original man just let us know he's still got cables and internet. It's still in use. So just reading the chat board there. He had to go, I guess. Cool. He was on a few weeks ago telling how he got the cable and everything on. Didn't pay anything. And still hasn't paid anything. I think it's going on 3-4 months. And he's just using it. Anyway, where was we? You was going to say something?
Oh, yeah, and I always kept on thinking that, I kept reminded of that quote from Romans 13:3. The quote that you have on, for rulers do not dare to good works but to evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be afraid of the authority, do what is good, and you will have praise from the same.
There you go.
Yeah.
Funny, but it seems to work for me anyway. Sounds like it's working for you too.
Yeah. I believe it worked. I believe. It's just the fact that I realized that once there's fear, you're gonna keep forgetting from the things you're about to say.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of this. It's just really one thing to concentrate on. When it comes down to it, who's the accuser? Who said such a thing? Like when Christ went before Pontius Pilate, the discussion was short. Are you king of the Jews? I like to say, in other words, are you the name? Are you claiming the name? Are you claiming to be king of the Jews? See? Mm-hmm. He said, you say that I am. That's all that took place in that court. You say that I am. I find no fault with this man. And it was over. How much did you say? Not much more than that.
Exactly.
Okay? It's good stuff.
Yeah, and then the way the cop just came at me afterwards, I was just like, he tried to get me to, I guess, the case was already dismissed at that time, but.
Yeah.
I guess that's his beliefs, right?
Well, or he's just testing you, who knows?
Who knows, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'll tell you, when a cop starts telling me what to do, I'm asking him, is he giving legal advice? You want to go up there and stand in and defend the name? Go for it. But they'll do that. They play games. It's part of the training.
I think it's gonna get harder, or not really.
What?
I just think it's. I just think that I think the judge was trying to find a way to get me out of there.
Well, no. She wanted, her job is to settle the matter honorably. And if there's no claim before the court, it's her job to kick it out of there. That's just protocol.
Right.
She needed to claim it. Somebody claim that name. They'll get to know you hopefully you won't be in there much. But if you do go in again, I keep doing it. What's the other charges, dare I ask?
Hold on, let me see. For the other court?
Yeah.
Oh, the other court, I guess it's let me see, I have this paper right here. This little fiction paper right here. It says I guess it says, hold on, let me read it. The math. It says, I guess, for curfew, and it says comments. With regard to the 4-9 curfew citation, the minor called and spoke with the undersigned and refused to complete the community work. Never refused, but that's what they believe, I guess.
Yeah, they'd say it. Good. Let them testify. Tell me how you're the damaged party and why you're bringing a claim.
Yeah, therefore the site was closed as unsuccessful. On 6/12, the minor was cited for curfew and it was extremely uncooperative with the police and refused to provide identifying information. He advised the police that he believed he was under arrest and his civil rights were being violated. That's before this was before.
Put it behind you. You go in there and you know.
Oh, and then she tried to tell me. She told me. I really remember this. Sorry about that. She said, do you remember this and the incident, I guess, or what happened with the bike and stuff? And then I said, I don't really remember. I believe that will be hearsay. And then she said, oh, okay. And then she just kept going on. I believe it's all about living in the moment. You know?
Yeah, it's the past is the past and the future. It's all hearsay. We can prove. They're looking for admissions and confessions. You go describing what you did in the past, and you're going to get a ticket. You did well, boy, or brother, or how old's the body you're using?
17.
Yeah. And you know what people told me?
What was that?
Doing this stuff, they got to learn. They tell you on all these talk shows, you got to learn, you got to study, you got to study, you got to study. Bullshit. You got to go in there and love these people, and just let them know you're using things, and let them know what you believe, what you've been told. People go in there and lie to them. You're going to lose. They better know the law.
That's definitely true, dude. That is definitely true, what you just said right now.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that.
I'm just saying, you covered it. You know, I'd say you did fine. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, what you just said about that lying stuff, yeah, because everybody kept going in there, is your date of birth this and this and this, and they would say yes, you know, like, as in they were witness of that day from what that day happened, you know?
Yeah. And they don't even remember it.
Remember it, exactly. You know, that's the question I kept asking myself inside the courtroom.
There may be a few, but the point of the matter is, I don't know. I don't remember being born. I couldn't tell you what day it was. I didn't realize what a calendar was until allegedly I was around 5, 6 years old, maybe, or 4 or 5. How the fuck I'm supposed to know the day I was allegedly born? See?
Yeah, exactly.
I've been told that. Can I?
Yeah, she responded, "You've been told?" Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Why, you remember the day you was born, Judge? Yeah, beautiful. Hearsay is not admissible in court. You go making statements and claims, though, you're a liar. You're guilty. That's when they ask you to plead. Right? Went that far, I might as well plead. Cool.
And it was a great stuff inside it. As soon as I went in there, I just said, you know, I'm not gonna listen to the mind. I'm gonna just listen to the heart. See.
There you go.
You know, see. Do it from the heart, and like you said, I guess cause and effect. You get what you give.
Yeah.
You know.
You're putting out bad vibes, you're going to get bad vibes.
Exactly.
And them judges know, majority of them. It's just, everybody knows, it's human nature. I've got, even in the street, I've had guys get freaking, looks like there was no way out of getting in a fight, and I started asking questions and jerk, you know, back and forth. Before you know it, there was no fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The art of fighting without fighting, like Bruce Lee liked to say. And it's you know, how you treat them.
Do you I'm not saying you still go into court, but I mean, when you went to court, do you still get a fear inside you? Or
well, put it this way. I got pulled over by the police about 3 weeks ago, and yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. In fact, I was shaking. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The cop asked me why I was shaking, and I told him, well, I believe somebody just accused me of doing a crime. And I forget if I said, and then all you guys with guns around, what do you think? It was, why am I shaking? Stupid fuck.